Hi friends, I'm Kenzie.
I'm Darren.
And we're the Youngs, and this is our first YouTube video. Hi guys, if you're new here, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kenzie.
I'm Darren.
And we're the Youngs. We've lived on the island of Oahu for the last 4 years, and our channel is all about glorifying Jesus.
This month, Kenzie and I are celebrating 8 months of starting our YouTube channel, which is such an amazing thing. We said yes to this new journey, and we've learned so much, and we want to make sure that we can share everything we've learned over the last 8 months with you guys. Anybody who's interested in starting a YouTube channel, or if you're a beginner content creator, we want to share those beginner insights we learned from our first 8 months of content creation. Y'all, we are at the Botanical Gardens in Kaneohe, and it is just such a beautiful day. If you've never been here or you are planning to come visit Oahu, this is a must-visit location. If you're looking for great views, great scenery, and just a fun overall experience, this is the place to be. When it comes to content creation, I would say my first takeaway and what I've been seeing recently is the importance of just having a creative outlet. Growing up, I played sports. I think sports was my creative outlet growing up. And then after I stopped playing sports, I was just super focused into my academics. And after that, I think a lot of my attention has been placed onto teaching. So if you don't know, I'm a high school teacher. This is my 3rd year teaching high school, and it's such a fun job. It requires a lot of creative thinking. What I've been realizing with myself is I needed a creative outlet outside of my job. I had been going years without one, and for so long, Kenzie and I have had content creation on our hearts for some reason, and it just never went away. It actually kept growing stronger and stronger. For such a long time, I found myself growing in frustration. I think a lot of that frustration was just coming from not having a very consistent creative outlet. Content creation has given me that consistent creative outlet that I've needed. And I think it's important that we all have our own creative outlets, and content creation is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever done. Being a teacher in general is super hard every single day. And so for me to say content creation is one of the hardest things I've done, I mean it literally. It's such a big learning curve, especially for myself, somebody who does not have a technical creative background. I would never got into video editing or photography early on. When we started this channel, I had zero experience or understanding about how to edit videos, how to get shots, how to film, how to plan a video. All that stuff was so foreign to me. And so from day one, I've had to learn from the ground up with no prior experience. And that takes a lot of work, a lot of consistency, and I can't tell you how many times I wanted to give up. I've never been or seen myself as a creative person, so when we started content creation, it was a real struggle, and I had to overcome a huge frustration of mine of figuring out how to be creative. And by doing content creation, I've really had to force myself to draw out the creative side when editing videos or coming up with ideas. And I love that challenge. That challenge has been so amazing for myself. It's given me something to look forward to after work. Me and Kenzie spend a lot of hours working on this channel, working on our content. And it's just been so fun to have something to look forward to after a long day of teaching. Whether it's editing a video, filming a video, or planning videos, I think all of that's so much fun, and it just involves so much creativity that I look forward to. And my biggest encouragement for everybody who is thinking about getting into content creation or just curious what those first few months are like for a beginner, it's a lot of frustration. I think the frustration for us came from we just didn't know our creative angle or our creative touch that we wanted to put on our videos. So I would encourage you, if you're in those beginning months of your own journey, or if you're about to start your journey in content creation, give yourself time to really reflect and think about what do you want your creative angle to be, and just remember the importance of having creative outlet. And I think content creation is perfect for that.
Hey guys, it's Kenzie here. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my first personal takeaway over the last 8 months of starting a YouTube channel. In the first video that Darren and I filmed, I had talked about fear of man, and that was the main reason of why I was holding back on creating a channel for so long. Starting a YouTube channel is something that God put on my heart in like 2020. When Darren and I first started dating, we would record all these videos of ourselves. I would always watch YouTube videos and YouTubers with him, and I just always was like, I want to do this for us. And then we knew that we were moving to Hawaii, so we're like, this could be something we could definitely do. We bought our camera, but we never recorded anything. And then we got super busy, but like the Lord was telling me to start and make that YouTube channel. And so that's something that we started 8 months ago. I wanted to talk more about what fear of man is and what that looks like. And I found a really cool verse in Galatians 1:10 that says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ." To me, fear of man is putting anything above Jesus. Some great examples of that could be pride, jealousy, fear, worry, anxiety, putting yourself above Jesus. And I think I realize when I have a lot of fear of man is when I'm so worried about I, like, what are these people going to think about me? Or you're so focused inwardly instead of focusing on Jesus. And I've just felt that that is something that I've kind of always struggled with. But when I was in Disneyland last summer with one of my good friends, she was encouraging me to start my YouTube channel, and I just said, I'm just so fearful. And then she's like, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. The main reason why Darren and I wanted to start the YouTube channel from the beginning was not about ourselves, but to do something together, but also glorifying God at the same time and to get his gospel reached out. And I feel like our whole heart behind this platform is really just to love on you guys, encourage you guys, and also just show Jesus and his goodness throughout our lives and our journey, but also to encourage you that if you feel like this is something that the Lord has put on your heart, to pray about it and take time to discover if this is an avenue that you want to go down, because it is a lot of work. I just wanted to say to any of you guys who are also feel like they struggle with fear of man, or if you've just been trying to put off starting content creation, I would just want to encourage you guys to just start that journey. Start little, start recording in front of others, recording in public, because I feel like I have grown a lot within the last 8 months of just like recording in front of other people. Then when I'm able to see the end result, it's something that I think that Darren and I are super proud of, and it's worth it all in the end. Another takeaway that I've had over the last 8 months of starting our YouTube channel is finding our own unique voice in the way that we want to portray who we are. I think for me, I've always grown up watching YouTube, and I thought that it would be like the seamless, easy thing to do. It looks very easy, but then you realize how much work it goes into getting the right angle, the right shot, and you probably don't see all the behind the scenes work that they're doing, like if they've messed up. And so I think for Darren and I, we really wanted to figure out who we want to come off as, the style that we want to show. And I think it's important to find YouTube channels that inspire you, maybe just the way that they edit, not to copy exactly what they're doing, but to just draw inspiration from or have different ideas. Because Darren and I do that a lot of times. He'll be like, what videos have you watched that you like? For instance, for our fall video, I found a lot of videos that I liked. And then I said, this inspired me to do this video. And then he's like, okay, so let's watch some of it. What are they doing? What are their cues? What's happening in the background? What are they focusing on? What are they talking about? And so it still can be used as inspiration, but just being unique to what we want to put out. And I think our main message is to glorify Jesus and just to be ourselves. That would be my second takeaway.
With doing content creation for 8 months, the biggest takeaway for myself is post the content you want. Don't feel pressured to post content that you feel like the algorithm will like or that will get you the most views. If you're posting authentic content that you truly enjoy making, the right audience will come to you. I think people flip it the other way, and that they want to post content that will get them the most views the fastest, but you're not building an authentic or genuine audience by doing that. That's something that Kenzie and I are realizing, is by posting content that we truly want to make, it one makes the creative process much easier because we have an exact vision of how we want to do it, but also We're building an audience that truly wants to watch our videos. But the reason why a lot of beginner content creators want to just post the content that will get them the most views is because they feel like that's the fastest way to get results. By taking this approach, by posting content that truly brings you joy, it does take a lot longer to build your audience. It does take a lot longer for your audience to find you because you're a smaller channel competing with channels that have a lot more credibility, that already have an established following. And so my biggest encouragement to you as a beginner content creator or somebody who wants to get into content creation is don't lose your patience. Create the content that brings you joy, create content about your passions, and I promise you eventually your audience, your community will find you. I know when Kenzie and I first started, we wanted to try to post the most trendy stuff. We wanted to post the stuff that the algorithm would like, but the process was much more stressful for us because we didn't have a creative vision for it. We were just trying to steal off of other people's ideas. And by creating content that you truly like and that you truly passionate about, it will just come off more authentic, and you also are just you'll just have much more pride in your work that you're doing. We're 8 months in, we're figuring out what works, what doesn't. We're figuring out what we like to make content about. We're figuring out what we don't like to make content about. And that journey, that process is just so important for you as a beginner. So don't overthink that step or that part of the process because it is just vital. I don't think enough people are talking about that. If you want the right audience, if you want to grow authentically, just be patient. Your audience will come to you. We are here at a new location. We are in your parents' backyard, which
Yes, we are.
the views are just crazy. Our next reflection that we have for you is to invest in good equipment. I think from a beginner standpoint, we had already purchased a camera to record videos with. That's what we started with, was just the camera, which is the Sony ZV-E10, and then the kit lens that comes with the camera. That was our starter pack, and then we just kind of expanded based off of things that we noticed that we needed. I wouldn't be the person, or if you're a beginner, I wouldn't suggest going out and buying all the accessories that you think you need before you even start. I would just start with simply what you have, whether it's your phone or purchasing a camera as an investment, and then building out your accessories or your equipment from there. Because one, I don't want you to waste money. We were very cautious we didn't really put a lot of money into our equipment until we started getting a groove with recording. And then also by recording, you're able to quickly identify what is the accessories you need, what's the equipment you need. And in one of our previous videos, we did a content creator haul of all the accessories that we picked up. And in that video, I said that accessories are not, what did I say?
I don't know. Accessories aren't essential, but like they're...
So I said accessories aren't essential, but they do make your life a lot easier. And I think that is important to understand. I'm all about having the process be made a lot easier if I can. And so accessories do that. So upgrade your equipment, buy accessories as you see fit. But again, it's not necessary to get started. For the editing software, we just were editing on our iPad, which sucked a lot. It was very hard to edit on the iPad. We're using a software called LumaFusion. And so it wasn't until we started taking this a lot more serious, we're like, well, if we're going to be doing this long term, let's just invest into a laptop and then also upgrade our editing software. So we got DaVinci Resolve, which has been an amazing upgrade for us as well. Those are the type of upgrades that I would see as being important. We upgraded our lens just recently, which we're now shooting on the Sigma 16mm lens with the Sony ZV-E10 instead of the kit, which it gives a much better picture, much better shot than the kit lens. And it's just amazing.
I'm obsessed with this lens because I've always wanted the wide lens with watching YouTube channels and seeing the lens. Like I always told Darren, I love those shots. And he's like, oh, it's because they have a different lens. And so it took us a really long time to make the decision to invest in it, but it was a gift from our family and we're so thankful for them.
Yeah. And in most videos, when they're talking about the reflections or advice they'd give to beginning content creators, most of those videos will tell you just shoot with what you have, which yes, I agree. But I also would say upgrade your equipment if you can to try to make the process a lot easier for you.
And the last takeaway that we have is to find a good posting schedule that works for you. When Darren and I first started posting, we would post once a week. That was when we first started. So we started in March and then we like slowly started to add more videos in. And then we had the summer, so that was really helpful for us because we could have all that time off to record and edit.
As a teacher, I mean, we had the whole summer off, so we focused on just really growing in our skills, trying to post as much content before the next school year started, which was really helpful.
Yeah, so that was super helpful for us to have that break. Noah wanted to say hi, everyone. Usually he's crazy, but he's actually being a good boy right now. Thanks, Noah. But yeah, it was just like hard to balance all of that. And I think now we've decided to go post a vlog every other week. And so that's helpful for us. So that gives Darren time to edit the videos because I'm not the one editing the videos. I'm giving him some inspiration, and then he's also going out of his creative space that he's been working on.
I think, this is a very important point. You need to find a posting schedule that works for you. Because when we got back into the school year after the summer, we were trying to keep up with that pace of posting one long form video a week. And then on top of that, trying to post a reel at least every day. And that just became overwhelming. And it started to take a lot of the joy out of the process for us. Just being super stressed of having to film every week, edit every week. And so we made that switch to post one long form video once every other week. And that's brought back a lot of the joy for us because we don't feel so rushed. And the one emphasis here is we made this change because we wanted to post quality over quantity. As a content creator, especially as a beginner, I think that's a really important phase because a lot of people will say just get as much content as you can out there, which yes, that's important, but also you want to make sure you're posting quality stuff. And we realized that the stuff we had been posting was not the highest of quality that we knew we could do. That's why we just said, let's bring back the quantity of how much we're posting and bring up the quality of what we're posting, which ties into those other points we said about you really just want to post stuff that you're proud of. Then the right audience will come to you. And so I think it kind of all ties together with that. And I think with this as well is like, even being a teacher, I feel like I'm in my best creative space when I'm not rushed. And I have the greatest output when I'm not rushed. And I think, again, that's really important here. You want to find that right pace for you. Some people are able to post once a week and a short every single day and still post great stuff. For us right now, that's not it. I just think it's important for you to find that proper balance for yourself of the quantity and the quality, as well as keeping that creative space for you. Because as a teacher, when I feel rushed or I feel really stressed out because I have a lot of work to do, or I feel really behind, that's when I know I'm in my least creative space. And so we kind of felt that same way with content creation is we got to find what's the proper balance as far as posting and quality, where we're able to operate in the best creative space for ourselves. So the last thing we got for you guys is a little rapid fire Q&A. I'm gonna read a question and we're gonna figure out who is most like this question. Okay, the first question, who's most likely to forget to hit record? Yeah, me. I can't tell you guys how many times we would be filming something. I've gotten a little better about the record button. We'll be filming something like, babe, I forgot to hit record. But luckily we catch it usually pretty quick.
The next one is, who gets more camera shy?
Oh, 100%.
Me.
100%.
500 times today. Darren will just get like mixed up on his words, but I get like really shy. I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Who's the biggest perfectionist when filming? Ooh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think he has some control problems he's working through with filming because he likes to do it a certain way and he's always gets irritated if it's not perfect.
Okay, this next one. Who takes more retakes?
Probably me.
I think 100%. I think you take more retakes when it comes to like forming short form content.
Yeah, like when it's reels and stuff. And most of the time, if it's just me in it, Darren's behind the camera doing it for me. And there's times where I'm like, I look at him, or I'm not looking at the camera, or I'm just like in my head, or I just forgot the words. So probably me.
Yeah, and I feel like I take the most retakes when it comes to long form, because I'm the one who edits the long form content most of the time. And I understand when we're filming, I can just envision or feel the editing, and I'm just like, I want to try to make the editing as easy as possible for me. And so I'm like trying to get the perfect shot every time. And that's good and bad, for sure, good and bad.
Who is most likely to film in slow motion? We both have done this.
Both of us.
Today, the entire first part of our video was in slow motion. This man got so irritated, and I don't like when he gets in these moods, and I was like, stop complaining about it. Like, we just are gonna redo everything. We're gonna record it.
So let me tell you something. When you are watching any YouTube video, whether it's us or somebody else, just know that the process, they make it look a lot easier than it actually is. Because for us, and I know many content creators go through the same thing, that every filming day is not perfect. Today was not a perfect day. Even though once we edit it, it looks all clean and smooth and stuff, just let us tell you that the first half of our video, we were filming in slow-mo and didn't catch it. And when you film in slow-mo, it doesn't pick up any of the audio. And so we had to go back and refilm everything at the botanical garden. We were so sad because some of the clips we got were just so good. But
so we had to go redo them all.
After about an hour and a half of filming, we just realized that all of our clips were in slow-mo and that we needed to go reshoot.
The next question is, who is more likely to not turn on the mic? Darren.
Me.
So he'll be like all ready. He's like the tripod camera guy, and then he forgets the mic, and then sometimes to play, to press record. But he has it all set up. It's just not ready yet.
There's a lot you have to consider when you're filming, and like when we're filming, I have 100 things going through my head. Like, is the angle good? Is the height of the camera good? Is the lighting good? On top of that, the mics as well. But the mics I usually just forget because it's just, you plug it in and you make sure that they're connected. But oftentimes I just overlook that. And that happens a lot. Let's just say it happens more than you think. Next one and last one. Who stresses more when it comes to filming?
I would say you.
Yeah, I would say me for the majority of the things, but she gets stressed about like what she's wearing and all the like very minor things that I think don't matter, but to her they matter, and so I value that. But I think we stress in our different ways. She's amazing because today when we were filming in slow motion and we finally caught it, I kind of had a little panic attack and I just wanted to quit and just drop everything. And she was calm, she was encouraging me, she was the one saying, let's just redo it. And I was just having my own little meltdown, but she calmed me down and we were able to get this video done for you guys. So if you are thinking about starting that journey of content creation, our biggest encouragement is go for it. It's so much fun. It's such an exciting journey. Anything else you want to add?
I think if we didn't start this YouTube channel, we would not have spent as much time together. And I think the time that we do spend it with each other when I watch Darren editing, like I laugh so hard.
Some of our biggest laughing
so
moments
hard.
is when we're watching our edits before we post and we're just dying laughing. And those are the moments that you don't get to see, but are just makes it so worth it. We would do this even if we didn't get paid.
And we're not getting paid.
We aren't getting paid. That's the goal, is we really hope that we can make a career out of this and start getting paid with it. But honestly, we're doing this to glorify the name of God. And we're also doing this because we want to capture our memories. We want something to look back onto. And we want something that will bring us closer. And that's what this is doing. So if you are starting your journey in content creation and have a YouTube channel or a TikTok or an Instagram, share it down below. We'd love to follow along your journey in content creation and encourage you along the way.
And with that, we just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you watched till the very end, we love you. Comment the star emoji.
Ooh, you love the star emoji.
That's my favorite emoji, and we'll know that you guys are loyal. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here and you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Press the like button for us. And if you'd like to comment, you can as well. We love you guys so much, and Jesus loves you more.
Bye, guys.
You want to say bye to the camera, Noah? I think it'd be cute.
Okay.
Bye, Noah. Say bye, Noah.
Noah.
Bye. Golden.